even know what the problem is. It's me. You waiting on the boy to fail, now hold your breath and face your death. Cause you play the roulette with each step I progress.
All right, guys, I'm here with one of my high school buddies, Cole. He has just one of the sickest F-150s around, and I'm excited for him to tell you a little bit about the new addition he has on the back. But Cole, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So first I'm going to backtrack on you a little bit,
Okay,
because we're more than just high school buddies.
Dude, we are. I wasn't going to mention that. I didn't know if you wanted to talk about it.
When I was about this big, Christian was actually my babysitter, believe it or not.
Yeah, no, he's taller than me.
We lived in the same neighborhood in Cache Valley.
Yeah.
And I'm 25. How old are you?
I'm 28.
Yeah, so like you were just old enough that you could come and babysit me and my younger siblings. So.
And I had no idea what I was doing. And luckily they were old enough I didn't have to change diapers or anything.
So babysitter and high school friends, and now wheeling buddies. So that's how things progress sometimes.
Yep, exactly. And we're excited to do some winter camping this year. We're only getting rain right now, but hopefully within the next little bit, the snow gods will give us something, you know?
Hopefully, for sure. But excited to show you guys around this thing. I'm just honored that I even get to be on their channel. So appreciate you guys watching.
Hold up. Go follow Cole Eades. Subscribe. I mean, he's got a better channel than us. So
Not better, but I just do a little bit different stuff. Camping and overlanding. It's a very sensitive word in this community.
So is that what you consider the truck, an overland truck?
It's definitely, I definitely consider it an overland build. Like this thing is, with the way the camper is built out, it's built for overland travel, but I mostly camp in it. So there's like this stigma in the overland community that like, if you aren't like out in your vehicle for like months at a time, you're not overlanding.
Who wants to
do
that?
And it's this huge, stupid debate. So call it overlanding, whatever you want, but this is kind of an overland built F-150.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it's beautiful truck. What year is it and what engine do you have in it?
So this is a 2019 F-150 XLT trim level, and it has the 3.5 liter V6 EcoBoost.
Oh!
And then I guess while we're going over engine stuff, it does have a tuner, so it has an SCT tuner in it that should theoretically bring it to more horsepower than a Raptor. But that's just kind of on paper. I've never dynoed it or anything, so.
We need to get
but
a
it's
Raptor
supposedly
out here.
faster than a Raptor, so I don't know if I should claim that or not, but it's pretty quick.
We need to get a Raptor out here and do a little drag race. So if anyone has a Raptor out there, come out to
I'd be happy to
Richmond
race, yeah. If anyone got a stock Raptor, I'll race you.
All right, Cole. Well, tell me about the lighting and the front bumper, and then we'll get to suspension after that.
Cool. So this is a Barricade HD off bumper that I got from American Trucks. You got tow hooks down here that replace the factory tow hooks. These lights are from Last Fit, so those are 3-inch amber pods. These actually don't even have a name to them, really. I got them at a trade show one time, and they're like out of business, but they're crazy bright, and so I haven't replaced them at all. I think they're 7-inch round, just if you're wondering how they look, I guess.
This has got to be aftermarket, right?
The grill actually, it has the sport package, my truck did, and so that is plasti dipped, but the grill, the paint matched grill, comes that way from Ford. Yeah, and then I guess the other thing to point out while we're up here by lights is the Midland radio. So that's just it's not that they're super big one, but that's just a built-in Midland radio, so you kind of just always have comms, never have to worry about charging stuff. And then this is their ghost antenna that gets you a little more range.
I need to get one of those because, I mean, you have just so much peace of mind when you're out somewhere, especially if it's just you and your little family, you know, you can have some sort of communication.
Yeah, and then this is like the 5-watt one, but they make a 50-watt one that's just like insane, that you can just have crazy range. So definitely cool stuff from Midland. They definitely make kind of the best stuff as far as comms go for this type of situation.
So what's the paint like? So this is just a beautiful paint color, and they only started making these like space color paints.
This one's very similar to one of their new ones, but this is a 2019, and this is Abyss Gray. And then they came out with another one that's like a little bit lighter a few years later, and I don't even remember the name, but this one's Abyss Gray.
Yeah, it looks so good. It's gray, but it's also kind of blue, probably depending on the lighting.
Yep.
All right, man. Well, tell us about the suspension and your wheels and tires.
Okay, so I've got 35-inch Falken Wildpeak AT3Ws on 17-inch Fuel Militia wheels. And then that suspension is actually from Rough Country. So it's Rough Country Vertex suspension. and it has adjustable coilovers and everything. So you have on all 4 sides, your coils up here, your shocks back there, has adjustable reservoirs so you can kind of tune your dampening and stuff. So
Yeah, that's really nice.
it also theoretically kind of runs like a Raptor. When I first got my truck, I wasn't going to be the guy that built a Fraptor, a fake Raptor. And it's slowly, little by little, getting there as I have Raptor-ish suspension and tuning and Raptor running boards and stuff. So I guess I am the Fraptor guy now.
I noticed that. One of the first things I was looking at your sliders, and it says Raptor on them.
Well,
so.
yeah, you can usually just buy these. Some guys upgrade to the Amp XL steps on their Raptor and stuff, the drop-down ones. And so you can usually find these on Marketplace. But it's aesthetics, but it also like really helps. Last winter, I literally ate it so hard 2 times coming out of the truck. Like it was super icy last winter, and I was like straight to my back 2 times. And so better grip on those, and then they're a little bit thinner, so they give you a little bit more ground clearance.
Nice. Yeah, they look really good. My sliders on my Tacoma, I wish that they had a step, but they're just too close to the body. So it's just a big leap, especially for my 5'6" wife.
And it's a trade-off though.
Yeah.
It's a trade-off for sure. You get the more ground clearance.
Okay, so coils in the front. Did you say that there has coils in the back as well?
It's just shocks here, but it's also adjustable reservoirs. So overall, it's a full 3-inch lift, but it's the Vertex system from Rough Country.
Yeah, they look great.
Yeah, it rides really awesome. Oh, and then this is the little things, but I did an add-a-leaf package back here. Okay. This suspension, once I put it on, it was... You know how Raptors are. They almost have a little bit of a squat. They're soft. They're meant to be driven off-road, which is great. By the time I added all this weight on, I was squatted a little bit. So doing an add-a-leaf puts you back up level and kind of puts you back like where you should be weight-wise. So, yeah, it's good.
Do you see yourself in the future going 37s, or do you like 35s?
That's a dagger to the heart. I wish. You literally can't run 37s on these, really.
Really?
Yeah, it's like really tricky. So I've talked to a lot of guys, and you kind of have to change body panels and do some stuff. There's some janky ways to do it, but no fantastic way to do it. So
yeah,
I'll be waiting for my next time when I upgrade to a Raptor at some point. Then I'll run 37s.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I'm on 35s in my Tacoma, and I have to do some crazy tubbing and long travel.
That's tricky. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. But you can run 35s very easy on these. Like it's not nearly as hard as the Tacomas. You can pretty much just, even with a level kit, you can usually get away with 35s on these.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a full-size truck, whereas with my truck, once you put 35s on, you almost have to upgrade your steering rack and everything. So that's so nice with the F-150. You can put these bigger tires on, and it can handle it no problem.
Yeah, and it doesn't really hurt your MPG too bad. That's the other nice thing about a full-size truck. And I talk good on full-size trucks because that's my preference, but I still have had 2 Tacomas and just freaking loved them. There's times where you just miss them, or you wish you had a bigger truck. You'll never have the perfect vehicle, but there's just the few things that are nice about a full-size truck is you can put bigger tires on, you can put campers on, you have a way better payload, and it doesn't hurt your MPG quite as bad. Whereas you put a set of max tracks on top of a Tacoma, you lose 4 MPG.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. I'm at like 10.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, tell us about the Holy Grail back here. This thing is just so legit.
Yeah, so this is my my new camper that I've had for a few months, and it's just like the greatest thing I've ever added to my truck, and it's just like a dream come true to kind of complete my truck this way. So this is made by a company called Anti-Shanty. They're actually local here in Logan, and this style is called their Dwell Shell. Is this model that they make? So. It's a truck topper and tent all in one with a pass-through, and then the thing that really separates them is that they are fully hard-sided and full aluminum construction. So they actually call it a rooftop dwelling rather than a rooftop tent because it's not a tent. There's no fabric anywhere. So you've got lockable doors and everything super secure. Helps with wind noise and like tons of other upgrades and stuff and reasons why a hard shell would be nice. But yeah, it's kind of the premium of truck campers.
Do you happen to know how much it weighs?
This one should be around 375 is what they told me.
So it's nice having a full-size truck with
that would be pushing it if you're on a smaller truck. But you can make it work. Like they've done them on Gladiators and Tacomas and stuff.
Yeah.
So for being full hard-sided, they're actually pretty good weight-wise compared to some of the other options. There is lighter because they're using fabric, but some of these other truck toppers with fabric are also that heavy. So they've done a pretty good job with their aluminum.
Right. So I know that you run a diesel heater, but do you need it with the full aluminum? Could you just run like a nice sleeping bag, you think? Or
Oh, for sure. But that's really anything. Like you can, if you have a nice enough sleeping bag, you can pretty much run anytime. The diesel heaters are mostly comfort, but it's really nice. Like you've put this really nice thing on your truck. They literally give you a port where your diesel heater goes. That's what that is right there.
Nice.
So you can put a diesel heater hose in there. And it just makes the experience so much better, especially when it's really cold in the winter.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, yes, it's insulated and it's stays a lot warmer than fabric would, and you avoid a lot of those elements. But having a heater is just like this cozy little cabin. It's like the nicest thing ever.
I know, you probably don't want to get out in the mornings.
Yeah, so like dead of winter, I can run a diesel heater and still, if I want, I usually bring a sleeping bag as backup, but you can sleep with a blanket up there in the middle of winter.
That's awesome.
Which is pretty nice. So,
does your wife ever go in the winter, or she
Yeah,
doesn't?
I got lucky. She likes to go with us most of the time. So
That's awesome.
yeah, especially if you have a good literal camper with a heater, it's easier to talk them into that. So
exactly. Cool. Let's move to the back and show us all these goodies.
Okay, so back here, like maybe let's even show you a little bit more of the dwell shell stuff down here.
Yeah, let's do it.
So you've got gull wing doors on both sides. That work really well for accessing gear. I'm going to kind of jump around over here because it ties into these, but this is their Molly cabinet right here. So they sell all these different accessories that kind of mount on inside of your gull wing doors. So this is one example of that, to where you can kind of store some stuff or attach stuff to. That's pretty nice.
Okay, dude, you got the Bear Grylls knife in there.
I've had that literally probably since you were my babysitter. I'm
dude,
serious. Like,
so my
so
uncle,
long.
My uncle actually, he's the one that made those with Bear Grylls.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he's the one that got those into Walmart.
Like, my guess is that I got that probably for my 8th or 10th birthday would be my guess.
Dude,
So
it's a classic.
That's awesome. Yeah. But
Sorry to cut you off. Keep going.
No, you're good. And then they have lighting everywhere. So you got lighting here. I run everything off of a power station. So all of my electrical is pretty much hooked up all the time. So I have lighting, access to lighting pretty much whenever I want. On the roof of the dwell shell, I run 2 100-watt panels from New Power. And so that pretty much powers off and keeps everything topped off anytime it's sunny.
So I'm looking at this. Did you do your own wiring?
I do a lot of my own wiring.
So
but
is that why you
even
have
if you
this?
don't, everyone should have these in their truck no matter what.
Yeah, right.
Because anyone in this camping overlanding space usually does something of their own regards to wiring. So yeah, everyone should have one of those in here for sure.
Exactly. Yep. I didn't do my own wiring. The guy that did the wiring on my truck, I don't know if he
you never know.
Best,
you never know who to trust.
Those.
So
yeah.
Better to have one of those than burn your truck down. So
exactly.
So yeah, if we come back around here, I use some Kingpin lights back here, so I thought it'd be worth shouting out these guys because they make a really cool light bar that you can kind of wire up and attach to anything. So that's pretty sweet.
What did you say their name was?
Kingpin Lighting, or Kingpin Equipped actually is their brand name. And I paid full price for that. They don't sponsor me or anything, but they just make some really cool stuff. So worth the shout out.
Mm-hmm.
I run a decked drawer system. It's just really nice to be able to keep stuff kind of permanently in here and not have like just tons of crap everywhere. It also saves me a lot of time. Like I camp a lot, and so it's just that much less gear that I have to like load in there.
To the loyal Cole Eades fans, he used to have the Milwaukee packouts that did pretty well on YouTube.
Those are actually sweet. So like if you're not committed to a deck system, I'm a Milwaukee fan, like, and it will be for forever. So I used all their pack out stuff for camp kitchen stuff. And
I watched that video the other day just because I was looking for a way to organize my truck, and I don't have a deck system.
So, some people have gotten relatively mad at me, like not actually, but like I was such a Milwaukee pack out guy, and then I like don't run anything pack out right now because of all this. They're like, dude, you're like the pack out guy. Like, where's all your stuff at? You like abandoned us. So.
Yeah, they feel like they're betrayed.
But Decked is also a great company. So let's just show you real quick. We won't waste too much time going through everything in here. I actually just posted a video of everything I keep in my deck drawers, so I'm going to plug my own channel real quick.
Yeah,
so if you're curious what I keep in here, I just made a video on that. But so on this left side here is kind of like all camp stuff. So I can pretty much like camp without needing to throw anything else in the truck. And then on this right side, it's mostly tools and recovery gear and just some other stuff over here. This is a daily driver for me as well, so I gotta have a daily driver stuff, so tools and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's so nice. Is this a toilet?
Yeah, yep. They're mostly just backup in case you're somewhere that you can't go hike or something, but yeah. And now the only reason I did that is I now have this shower awning right here. So let's show that while we're talking about it.
Yeah.
So it's like they're really privacy tents. And so those open up, they come out like in a big square right here. And then you could use the bathroom in them or shower, kind of whatever. So that's nice because sometimes it is hard to find a private enough place to shower for sure. So that helps you just kind of have a peace of mind. You have somewhere to do that.
For sure. Well, it is crazy how much you can stick in these deck systems. That is...
I was surprised. Like, you don't really know until you have one, but I can fit a lot of stuff in there.
So is this the 5-foot bed?
The 5.5.
5.5. They don't do 5-foot beds.
No, it's 5.5 or
right?
6.5.
Yeah.
Yep. So 5.5-foot bed.
I like the look of the 5.5 a lot better personally.
That's kind of how it is on the Tacomas too, for the most part.
Yeah.
Most trucks, the shorter bed option looks a little bit better, but I mean it's purely preference. So yeah.
So with the dwell shell, are you running solar panels, I assume, on top of it?
Yes, yeah, they're just mounted. Yeah, I should have gone over that more, but yeah, they're on a set of Sherpa equipment crossbars.
Okay.
And so then they're just mounted right to the crossbars, so 200 watts of solar up there. So I didn't have to drill into the roof or anything.
Nice.
Which is fine. Like my builds are always changing so much that like Anti-Shanty will just drill in a 100-watt panel, which is fine if you're like someone normal that knows that that's all you're going to need. But my build changes so much, I didn't want to like drill holes, start from scratch, and have a million holes in my camper. So crossbars are a good way to mount solar.
This thing is insane. It's like a mix between a tent and like a full-on camper. So like you said earlier, dwell shell is a perfect name for it.
Yes, yeah, because it's totally like just a full-blown living type area.
Yeah, with a fan in there and everything.
Yeah.
Like...
So should we hop up there next? I'll show you inside.
Dude, let's hop up there.
Okay, sweet.
Think we both can fit?
Find a good way to get a good angle of this.
Right.
So hopefully you're wide angle enough.
Look weird up
I don't know.
there.
We can try it. Let's see what we can do.
Do you want me to get in there with you?
Yeah, let's try it. Let's just test out a few shots and see what they look like.
All right, let's do it. Oh, almost got my fingers pinched.
Oh, you good?
No, I said I almost did.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, we're good. Dude, this is spacious. I don't even need to bring my truck. Let's just go camping together,
perfect.
dude.
Yeah, we can wheel in yours, and then this can be base camp.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That'd be tight.
So yeah, there's actually quite a bit of room up here. Maybe we can even roll some B-roll later. You can throw some shots around, so we can kind of see up in here. But there's quite a bit of room. You got lights up here as well, right there. You have a roof vent fan right here. So this is made by Dometic. Those they'll actually push air or pull it in. So you can kind of do a couple different things with those. And then this is kind of where the goods are. So the way that these camper systems work is right now we have all 3 movable panels kind of stacked up there. And we're kind of in this big open space where we can kind of hang out right here. But the way you sleep is you have all these different panels. So this is a long rectangle panel that goes right here. And then there's these 2 square-ish, rectangle-ish panels like this that go in the very back. And so you can kind of run a couple different configurations of those panels and you just move them around for whatever situation you need. So if you want to open it up and you want to stay out of the sun or out of the snow or whatever, you can kind of live in here, cook in here like a camper, or close it all up and sleep.
So you have a son. So do you, your wife, and your son, you all fit up here?
Yes, we do. Short answer is yes, we do right now. And so he can sleep up here with us. It's really not too bad. Or I have a blow-up mattress for him, so you can totally sleep multiple kids down low. Like you could easily sleep 2 kids down there. I'm just about to drill a second diesel heater port into the lower section. Oh, cool. So I'll actually be able to run 1 diesel heater and heat both areas for when it's cold.
Yeah, this thing's awesome. What's this thing?
This little thing I got on Amazon, it's actually just a temperature gauge.
Oh,
so
nice.
It's Bluetooth to your phone and tells you the temperature and humidity in here. So the other thing to show up here is the doors.
Yeah.
So you kind of have some gull-wing doors up here as well that shut, and they can even lock and everything. So you can lock these doors so that you're like super secure. And then these are Arctic turn windows, which are really high-end, like expedition type truck windows. and so that gives you
Nice.
some access to a little bit of windows there, as well as being able to just fully open the side door like
yeah.
that.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's really cool. Can you stand on the top of these things, or they don't like that?
Yeah, honestly, you'd probably be fine. Composite panel, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, it's pretty easy getting in and out of.
Yeah, it's really not bad.
That's really cool.
Well, and the coolest thing that Ford does is this.
Yeah.
So I failed to put that out for you to make your entrance a little bit easier.
Oh,
but,
we're tall. We
but
can
yeah,
do it.
yeah, you got a little step there from Ford.
Yeah, that is so cool. I think one of the things we haven't gone over is this fridge you got in here.
Yeah, yeah. So this is, I mean, most typical, if you're going to run a 12-volt fridge, most people run them on a fridge slide.
Right.
And so I just couldn't, I've even had a fridge slide. Before I put this dwell shell on, I had a fridge slide. And here's a reason why I really dislike those. So when you do a camper like this, we have all the panels opened up right now. And so from that rigid panel back is your living area, right? Like that's where you get in and out of bed. That's how you access everything. And so most guys, in order to put a fridge slide on these deck systems, it's right here.
So
And they're running, that's a pretty small fridge. They're running like the massive fridges that take up like your entire truck bed.
Yeah, so it just has the tracks everywhere.
And so, and I'm not a full-time overlander by any means at all. I just want a fridge for weekend trips, occasional overland trips, but I want to still be able to have a truck bed. So with the way I did it is because I have gull wing doors, I can access this fridge from the side here and have access in there.
Yeah, that's perfect.
And then this is the Iceco VL35 Pro S. So it's a pretty good size for like weekend stuff. It keeps it small, but then you can also like do some longer trips as well. And then the coolest thing that Iceco does is, and the whole reason that I went with this fridge is because I can access stuff right here from the fridge, or it literally dual opens from the other side.
That's awesome.
So like if you're living inside the camper and it's bad weather and you're hanging out in there, or if it's the middle of the night, like my son Rocky like drinks milk like it's freaking going out of style. So like if we take him, it's like 1 or 2 times a night we're like getting down to get milk.
Yeah.
And so it's super nice just having full access from the inside of the camper as well.
That is so nice. Yeah, that's honestly the biggest reason why I want to get one of these, whether it's a Go Fast camper or a dwell shell, is because you have access to the bed.
Yeah.
Whereas if you just have a rooftop tent, you have to crawl down, open the tailgate, get up in there, and these are just awesome.
But they're still functional. Like if you wanted to, you can put it on a wheeling rig. Like it can go on your Tacoma and it doesn't obstruct anything really. So like that's the nice thing. It's not some slide-in camper that's heavy and takes up space on the sides or whatever. And so they kind of do the best of both worlds.
Yeah. So performance-wise, did you talk about your exhaust?
I did not. No. So that's an MBRP full catback exhaust. It's pretty throaty.
Yeah,
so
we'll get a couple revs later.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but it's awesome. Yeah, it's a good exhaust for sure.
Yeah,
it's not like one of those that's like too loud that it's like uncomfortable while you're driving.
Right.
But still gets up there for sure. Oh, and then we didn't talk about this yet, but this is a 270 awning from Open Road. So freestanding, so you can kind of just whip them open. Takes about 30 seconds. Then you have some shelter, which is nice.
Totally. So I think we've covered most everything. Can you think of anything else?
I mean, there's a bunch of little stuff, but
yeah, I mean, we could be here for hours.
We could do this for forever. But yeah, for the most part, that's the basis of what I got going on. And yeah, I freaking love this thing. Like F-150 is a great platform, much higher payloads than some of the smaller trucks, and this dwell shell has just been a dream come true. So shout out to the guys at Anti Shanty as well. But yeah.
Well, man, thanks for being on the channel. It's like he said, I used to babysit this kid. Now he towers over me and has a cooler truck than me. So
so we'll have to get out wheeling sometime. But
yeah, no, we will.
I do, like, for reals, appreciate you guys coming out and
that was fun.
Getting me some publicity as well. So
yeah,
make sure you guys subscribe to these guys for sure. They're doing some really cool stuff. But yeah, my YouTube channel is just Cole Eades. I'm also at Cole Eades on Instagram. Would love to have you come see the videos and leave some comments. I love chatting with you guys on there. So yeah, come over to the channel and check it out.
Yeah, thanks guys.
Did I miss it entirely?
No, you cooked it.
Wait, for real?
Yeah, you cooked it.
I didn't feel anything.
Really?
I thought I missed it. I was so embarrassed. I was like, Wait, did I just miss the entire thing?
No, you cooked it. It's actually pretty funny.
That's funny.
You hit it, it slid over.
Yeah, my truck was like, just wouldn't stop. I thought I
Yeah.
totally missed